And this is my last time being on Delos 1.
It is your last time being on. It's all of our last time being on Delos 1, huh? That's a little sad. But are you excited? Are you excited for the future? No, I am. You know why? Because it doesn't matter what we do or where we go. It only matters if we're together as a family.
Okay guys, this is going to be a very emotional episode, so buckle up for that.
It is. We are going to answer probably the most popular question that we have been receiving in the past few months.
Yeah.
What is going to happen to Delos? I sat down at my computer probably 10 different times to start editing this video. Each time, I stared blankly at the screen for a few minutes before shutting my laptop and deciding to try again later. It felt like an impossible task. How do I sum up 15 years and over 80,000 nautical miles circumnavigating the world on Delos? How do I describe what it was like meeting the love of my life and raising a family together at sea? How do I express the gratitude for all the incredible people that we met along the way? The crew that shared the journey with us, and all of you watching right now that have shared our lives with us for so many years. How do I capture all the unbelievable places and experiences, the highs and lows, the challenges, the joy? Delos is way more than just a boat or a home. She has her own spirit that has captured the hearts of literally millions of people around the world, including all of ours. So as I sit here typing out this voiceover, I find myself stuck. How can I possibly give Delos the proper send-off she deserves? And the more I sit here fidgeting in my chair and trying to find the perfect words, the more I realize it's just not really possible. What we had with Delos was something truly indescribable. If you've been following along with our journey, I don't have to tell you how special she is. And if you're new here, we've got over 500 episodes on our channel that tell the whole story, frame by frame. So today's video isn't just going to be a trip down memory lane reminiscing about all the good times, although there will be plenty of that too. Instead, today's video is about her future and ours. And above all, it's a thank you to this 1 in a million boat that has altered our DNA forever and left a mark on the world that will carry on far beyond all of us. Hi.
Different to me.
Hi, kiddo.
I was like, take those boots off.
I already got busted one time.
I literally probably cleaned just boot marks like
Daddy got in big
for
trouble.
like 2 hours. Okay, let's open this.
Mom, I think it looks so different inside.
It is
Yeah.
gonna feel different inside.
It doesn't have any of our things inside anymore.
Oh,
Smells like Delos.
it smells like home.
So the other week I did like a deep clean of the whole boat.
Mommy, what's this right here?
What it was? That's a dirt stain.
From Daddy.
No, from your Uncle Brady.
That's Uncle Brady juice. Uncle Brady lived up there for a decade. Is that hard to believe?
That is crazy
That
to
is
think,
crazy.
huh? Well, should we just sit down and reminisce a little bit, or do you want to do like a little tour? Should we start with a little tour?
Sure.
Do a little tour and look around.
Yeah, do a
Okay.
little tour and look around.
Well, what do you want to start the tour at?
So-
you want to start in
In
Sierra's
my
room?
bedroom.
In a
Okay.
previous episode, I took away also all the pictures on the wall. We cleaned out. There's nothing left in
I
here,
think
huh?
the water line is going to be
How much higher?
so much higher. Like, how high is it? Like 72, 30, 75, 80 maybe? Higher?
Like a lot.
I mean, we took off tons, literally tons of
Got
stuff.
no
Yeah.
water left.
All like I've cleaned out the whole Sierra's room. All of these obviously is Everything is empty.
Everything's empty.
Let's go to the back. This is clean.
This feels so different to me.
Doesn't it? Yeah.
Right now.
You know, the outside cushions.
She's in good shape though.
Yeah.
It's amazing. She's probably in the best shape she's been in a long time. When we arrived into Australia, Delos was in pretty rough shape. I just had a mild panic attack because I looked at how many things we still have to fix on this boat. It's a huge project.
How many things?
Like so many things. The last really major overhaul we did was in Mexico. And after a Pacific Ocean crossing, a few years in the islands, a year sitting on the hardened French Polynesia, and an absolute beast of a season trekking nearly 4,000 miles all the way from French Polynesia to Australia, she was in need of some major TLC. She's just been repowered, brand new 90N480 engine. The whole engine room is all sparkly and clean. Look how snazzy everything looks.
It looks so good.
And Dad.
It's a new water heater, new transmission. We re-rigged the boat because the rigging, believe it or not, we did the rigging in Thailand in 2015. So we did that. We didn't really film any of it, but that's all shiny and sparkly.
So we got new lines, spanky new rigging, running rigging, all new trim buckles, newly
The bottom
painted.
is repainted.
Oh.
Rewired some of the inverters and stuff. The batteries are brand new. I mean, she's in pretty good condition. Oh guys, Delos is really coming along. She's looking very shipshape. It's come at a pretty big cost though. It's the beginning of the year and now is the perfect time to take stock of our finances and make some goals. One of the things that I'm trying to get a better handle on this year is all the free trials we sign up for that actually turn into monthly subscriptions. Sometimes I will sign up to see one particular show on a streaming service. Kaz will want an audiobook, signs up for a subscription. We forget to cancel it. Month after month, we get billed. It's really hard to keep track of all these, and it actually adds up to quite a bit of expenses every month for us. So I'm happy to say that today's video is sponsored by Rocket Money. Rocket Money is a personal finance app that helps you to manage your finances. All you gotta do is sign up, securely link the bank accounts or credit cards that you choose. Rocket Money will go in and aggregate everything together and give you a bird's eye view of your financial situation. But Rocket Money even identified quite a few of them that could be canceled from within the app itself, which was pretty cool and a huge time saver. Rocket Money is free to download, and when you use our link, you can get a premium trial for free. All you gotta do is visit the link of rocketmoney.com/SVDelos. I will pop that link below and also in the description. Once again, use rocketmoney.com/SVDelos for your premium trial. It's gonna be awesome. You're gonna get a really good bird's eye view of your finances, and it's gonna end up saving you probably a bit of money every month like it did for us. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. We really appreciate the support. And now let's get back to the story of Delos 1.
So, I don't know. I figured we just sit down and kind of reminisce a little bit. This will actually, believe it or not, be the last time we are on the boat by ourselves before
Stephanie and Christine come.
Yeah.
What a story that is.
We haven't really announced it, guys. Like, we haven't really said anything about it. So should we just sit down and do it real dramatic? Like, we have a huge announcement to make. It is a huge announcement.
It is a really cool story, and it's an amazing close to our chapter on this boat.
Okay, Sarah, we're gonna sit down and do some grown-up talking. Do you want to sit with us, or do you want to just roam around? You have your snacks outside. Do you want to sit here?
Sit in the middle.
Yeah, sit in the middle. Do you want to say to the camera, Sarah, that we have a huge announcement to make?
We have got a huge announcement to make.
Perfect.
Yes.
How do we go about talking about this? So, who's coming tomorrow? Stefan and Christine. Who are Stefan and Christine? Stefan and Christine are the ones that sold Delos to me in Seattle 15 years ago. Stefan and Christine bought Delos brand new out of the Amel factory in La Rochelle, France in the year 2000. With their 2 children, they began an 8-year journey through Europe, across the Atlantic into the Caribbean, through the Panama Canal, across the Pacific Ocean, island hopping all the way to New Zealand, and then all the way back to Washington State. But life, work, and education were calling, and sadly they had to make the hard decision to sell their beloved Delos and return to life on land. They're coming to take a look at the boat, and if they they came and take a look in Fiji.
Yes.
And they liked her, and now they're actually coming. We fixed her up. They are going to sail her to New Caledonia.
Yes.
They're going to get out of Australian waters, do an open passage, sail to New Cal, and if that goes well for them, then Delos is theirs. They're going to buy her back from me after 15 years. How crazy is that?
It's hard whenever we say it to people, like our friends, they're like, really?
What a cool story.
It's such a, I don't know, I love it because it's like, we know that she's going to people that loved her before and are really passionate about this boat.
Maybe we should do a little flashback to when they came and sailed with us in Fiji.
I think that would be really cool. So we had an amazing time. So today is a very exciting day because we have cleaned. Oh, the exciting part was not the cleaning, but we have cleaned, and Delos hasn't looked this amazing in quite some time. I don't know, it just felt really good to polish everything up really nicely. But he's just gone in to pick them up. I'm just gonna film them come up to the boat. Delos is looking really nice. Look at her. It's all made up. It's all clean. She's looking really good. And it's such a beautiful day today. Okay, here they come.
She's filming, it doesn't mean you get to stop and look at the camera and tell a long story.
That's okay.
Hi!
Hi guys, you made it!
Welcome!
Oh my goodness.
Oh, this is beautiful. Look at your decorating. This is excellent.
There you go.
Thank you.
Yes.
Is it like deja vu or what?
Yeah, well, you know,
Yes,
there
I know.
are 500 of these halls afloat.
Yeah, that's crazy. Oh,
And-
I need a hug.
Oh, thank you. And thank you for having
Nice
us.
to finally meet you, eh?
Hi. Hi, Stefan.
Thank you.
So this has got to be a trip. So for those of you who don't know the backstory,
Yes.
I bought Delos from Stefan and Christine in 2008 in Bellingham, Washington. They probably thought I was nuts. What is this guy going to do with this boat?
No, we didn't think you were nuts at all. We thought, this guy's going to have a great adventure.
We've had a pretty decent
We
adventure.
were going, good taste.
And yeah, so it's
The last
amazing to
time
have
we
you guys
saw
on board.
you, we came down to Seattle.
Yes.
Oh,
You had-
yeah, and
you
you've
had
already
hauled it.
rewired it for the first time.
And you had put, these are newer.
Yeah, these
Yeah.
are new.
You put a different set of solar panels up.
Mhm.
Yeah,
And
because
some
now
other things. And then
Yeah.
you called me from San Francisco Bay because you lost the prop.
Yes, I lost the propeller.
The auto
Well,
prop.
we only did that once.
Yeah, really.
I
And
found
so my first thought was, oh shit, I put it on wrong. And then I thought, no. Brian took it back off in Seattle. It's his fault, not my fault.
Wait.
Definitely me. This is Sierra. You have to Sierra.
Sierra.
Come
Oh,
introduce
Sierra.
yourself.
Hi. Okay.
These are our new friends. They used to own Delos before we did.
Like what we talked about
They
this
used
morning.
to sail around on Delos with their kiddos.
So is there still a burn on the sheet over here?
There is.
Yeah.
There is.
Do you know the story of that one?
No.
We were in Turkey, and
We spent time together reminiscing, sharing memories and stories, and showing them how much Delos has grown up since they last saw her. They'd point little things out and tell us how they used to be, and we'd fill in everything that came after. It was a special kind of intimacy, like meeting the family of someone you love and hearing stories from a different time in their life, realizing there's this whole other version of them that you never knew. They have a whole history before you and a whole future after you, And this overlap in the middle, this magical 15-year chapter we shared together, was one of many beautiful ones in Delos' story. The next day, with hardly a breath of wind on the water, we pulled up the hook and set out to share the thing that brought us all together in the first place: sailing and having fun with the people we love on a very special boat.
We got new crew today. How we feeling, Skip?
Dandy. Just like home.
Just like home, huh?
Yep.
Hey guys! Nice to see you back in the boat, boys! Thank you, appreciate it!
We were only working with a couple knots of breeze, but we were determined to eke the most out of it as we could, and that meant busting out the spinnaker.
Come on, baby.
Seventh heaven calling.
Okay,
We did it!
all right. Somebody turn on the wind machine, please.
So anticlimactic.
How much has our speed picked up?
There was barely enough wind to even fill the kite, but as the day pressed on, it started to pick up a bit, and we enjoyed some dreamy champagne sailing. Eventually, by the time we turned around, Delos was actually able to stretch her legs. We had a hell of a sail back to the anchorage.
We finally got some wind!
Yeah.
You still got the skills!
Oh man,
You still got the skills!
bicycle,
Look at that.
bicycle. Oh baby! Whoa, we're flying now. Yeah, really. Okay. Pedal faster, Sierra. Pedal faster. We gotta go fast.
We didn't really have a sense at the time of the gravity of the sail and what it would mean for us. It just felt like another beautiful day on the water. And while logically we knew where it might lead, something about it felt distant and hypothetical. But now, fast forward 4 months, several thousand hours of sailing, countless hours spent getting Delos back in shipshape, and a lot of tough decisions later, and it's all finally starting to sink in.
Mommy, can I say something?
Of course you can say something.
All of the men that we was like, we got Delos. It makes me think about all the memories.
But we're gonna make new memories together as a family, right? Mm-hmm. I know, kiddo.
I feel the same.
But it's a good thing because our family got to sail on Delos for such a long time, and now somebody else's family, and you know what? They have kiddos too. Their kiddos sailed on this boat when they were young, and then they sold Delos to me, and I'm sure they got very sad. And now their parents are buying it back. The kiddos are going to come back on the boat, but the kiddos are all grown up, so now they're adults, and they're still going to come with their mom and dad, and they're going to come sailing on the same boat and maybe even sleep in the same bed that they grew up in. How crazy is that?
It's crazy.
Is that cool?
I mean, when we started this, process of just thinking about what to do with Delos 1, and a lot of you guys have been asking, and I think for us, like, the most important thing was that she was going to somebody that was going to sail her.
I mean, this is not, I don't think Delos should go into a charter program or anything like that. Like, she's meant to be a world circumnavigator for a couple or a family.
Yeah.
That's like what she's meant for.
Yeah, and she's still
and that's,
such
she's
a good
what
boat.
she's really good at, and she's really safe, and she's easy to sail.
I don't
And,
want to go. I want to go
It's hard.
It's impossible.
Okay, let's just cut.
Filming this wasn't easy for any of us. Emotions were running high, and with so many thoughts and feelings racing through our minds, it was hard to put everything into words.
I mean, this is the last time we're sitting in
I
this
know.
by ourselves. So, like,
So
how do you feel?
bittersweet.
I know. How do you feel?
I feel mixed. I feel happy. I feel happy to move on, where one chapter closes, another one opens. But we have so many incredible memories. And when I first bought Delos, it was such a pivotal point in my life. I was like
How long ago was it?
15 years.
15
It was
years,
when I was like, early 30s.
Wow.
So and it was my way to to get out and to travel and to see the world and combine my loves of traveling and sailing. And I met you, we had Sierra, I mean, my brothers sailed with me for a decade.
We got married on this boat.
We got married on this boat. We met countless friends. We had so many amazing crew. I mean, that's what sailing
both
around the world. Yeah, we both
right?
circumnavigated. There's no way to describe it except I think it fundamentally changes your DNA.
Yeah.
A trip like that.
Yeah.
And Delos was what made it possible. She made it possible to do that and to do it comfortably, like to take all of our cool stuff with us. I mean, how many times did we dive off this boat? All the dinghy missions, all the swimming adventures,
all the crew,
all the hiking.
Yeah, it's incredible to think also like how.
I had to say something. Why did only some things left on Delos? Why are these stuff left on Delos and these stuff left on?
Well, these are the keys to the boat. That's a good question. So those are the boat keys. They open and lock the door. And this, believe it or not, this tape measure was on Delos when I bought her. So this tape measure has been around the world, and I figured I would give it back to the Regulinskis. You know what else I have? No. This is cool. Check this out. The original paperwork from when Delos was brand new. So there she is at the factory. It says Delos right there. There's no flags, there's no mast. That's Delos when she was a baby. And this is the original equipment list. Still all in French, saying everything that Delos came with.
That's incredible.
Yeah, that was hull 303. There she is.
I actually spent some time the other day when I was cleaning, and I sat down and I thought about just all the memories on this boat and like what it's meant to me over the last, couple, like, I don't know, 14 years, right?
Yeah, 14 years for you.
Is how, and like I just finished my circumnavigation here, and this boat.
By the way, don't rush through a circumnavigation. It's not something to be rushed.
No, it took a while, but we got there, and I feel that, I don't know, it's just made me grow so much as a person, and I felt so safe on this boat, even during the roughest times, like she's taken such good care of us, and a lot of that obviously is because of you, because you fix a lot of things on this boat, but
and things do break.
Yeah, I feel that it was
boat.
It is a little bit old, yeah. But I do feel that it's time, and it's one of those things where we've talked a little bit about this in earlier videos, but I feel that having this chapter closed now, it's what needs to happen. And having two boats, to be honest, guys, it's like not really possible.
It is not financially or mentally possible to maintain two.
No.
And building one boat, maintaining another boat, it's difficult.
So I feel, even though, like you said, it's mixed emotions, I still feel that it's 100% the right decision to do. Mm-hmm. And of course, when they sail her away, I will probably bawl my eyes out.
Me too.
But
maybe we should do a cool memory montage.
Swipe into montage. Right.
How do you wrap up something that's meant so much for so long to so many people? We realized we couldn't do it alone, so we asked the mini crew of Delos from all her different eras to answer one simple but powerful question. What's your favorite memory on Delos?
I spent 10 years living in that V-berth on Delos. What a chapter that was. I can't even begin to think of the favorite times or moments, but the first ones that pop into my head, the early days before we started filming were really special to me. Those will always be really unique because you can't look back on those memories via a YouTube episode. Specifically, climbing to the top of a volcano in Vanuatu naked in the middle of the night and watching it explode in front of all of us. But the overall arching memories, I guess, are just meeting amazing people. And on the top of that is meeting Blue along the way, which has led us to create our little angel Kaya, which I'm so happy about. So yeah, nothing but love for Delos, and what a chapter it was.
Yeah, it's a fun question to think about the highlights on Delos, because so many things come to mind, but I think the one that really stands out and that I tell people about often when they ask about our favorite spots is our time in Namibia. I think it was the beginning of the chapter for me on Delos, and just sailing through pods of hundreds of dolphins and so many whales in the water, and then pulling up to, was it Mercury Island? And there was just thousands of seals in the water, and an island with thousands of penguins, 10,000 penguins, I think, and Penguin Man, and he came on board. And yeah, I think that was when me and Liz and Lisa really started to click with you three. And it felt like we were, the journey had really begun. And that day that we went paddleboarding with the seals, I feel like that was the day that...
It's basically our first date.
And I feel like that was the day we're like, wait, I think I have a crush on you. And then on the back end of that, the end of our time on Delos, once we sailed the lap of the North Atlantic, and I just remember coming in back to Antigua, back into the Caribbean, and it just felt wild to kind of, do a whole lap and come back in somewhere. And I don't know, I'm just really proud of that season. We put a lot of effort into the filmmaking, and it was a big step up for both of us to make that season happen, and
yeah, I mean, we could be here for like an hour talking about everything, but it's crazy how many experiences were packed into your average week or month, and you really do forget about them unless you go back and watch those episodes. So I think pretty soon, especially when Kaya can understand what's happening, go back and show her the journey of her mom and dad. It's going to be really special.
Totally.
Yeah.
But yeah, like Brady said, nothing but love for Delos. I always felt so safe on that boat, and I hope the next chapter is maybe relaxing for her.
Yeah. I'm excited to see where Delos goes, for sure.
All right. Oh.
Okay, Sierra, so what is one of your favorite memories from Delos 1?
Is with we be together with our friends on that boat. That was so much fun, and we really had the party on that boat.
Favorite memory on Delos is really hard to pick. I can't pick a special day out, a dive, especially not a hike. But I could pick Brian's special pancakes in the morning with bacon and chocolate drops. I can pick Karen waking us up to have a shot of aquavit to celebrate reaching on Anchorage. It's drinking rum on park benches and having deep chats on the bow and dragging Blue onto the dance floor whenever Shape of You was playing. It's watching Black Sails together and have it become our entire personalities. It's popcorn and bowls and wine and metal cups. It's hard to pick a memory, but I can pick a feeling. And it's the feeling of doing something extraordinary. It's the feeling of being, of living. And for the first time in my life, I felt like I was exactly where I was supposed to be. You have my love and loyalty, always. Love you.
My fondest memory of Delos was the first time I ever went sailing, and it was with her. From Cape Town to Reunion Island, which was a 3-week roller coaster. It absolutely humbled me. Sailing, beating into the roaring 40s was no joke. And I had my tail between my legs. But I think the thing that really stands out for me is in that state of discomfort and disconnect, no internet, we all just came together and we could only just laugh about it and shared stories and just spoke absolute nonsense. And it just brought us all together so amazingly. And I think that's the spirit of Delos. She brings people together, and that's now blossomed into a 10-year relationship of us working and making videos together. So that's how I remember her.
I thought I just stepped onto a boat, but somehow I stepped into a family. SV Delos didn't just carry me across the water, it carried me into myself. I forgot where I ended and where the ocean began. Salt on my skin, sails humming, music drifting, seagulls overhead. We came across from different corners of the world, different stories, different storms. But out there, none of that mattered much. We cooked together. We worked side by side. We held space for each other on any time of the hard days. Laughed when something broke. And again, when it somehow worked. It's strange how quickly strangers become home when you're moving in the same direction. I don't remember every mile, but I remember how it felt to be supported, to be held, to be seen, to belong. Thank you, SV Delos family.
Hi, Brian, Cousin, Sierra. Well, my favorite memory on Delos by far is actually multiple memories, and we've shared so many fun and special times in Delos. But for me, my warmest memories are actually just of sharing dinner with you guys. We shared so many meals over the years that we cruised. You know, one of my favorite parts of cruising is just getting to live sort of ordinary life things in a different, more meaningful way. And preparing dinner with you guys and sharing meals, which we did so often during our years of cruising, it just has a place in my heart forever. And yeah, so that's my favorite memories aboard Delos. Love you guys.
Hey, it's Taylor, and my favorite memory from my time on Delos is probably on the passage from Mexico to Panama with the all-girls crew, getting hoisted up to the top of the main mast and getting to stand up there on the top spreader while we were under full sail was really just one of those magical moments in life that I don't think that I will ever forget. Felt so free up there, looking down at Delos, seeing her moving through the water and just watching the wind power the sails and keep her moving through the ocean, and then looking out to the horizon, getting to see the full, clear, unobstructed view of the open ocean. It was just so special, and even feeling the movement of the boat up there, it was just totally surreal. Thank you so much, Brian, Kaza, and Sierra, for allowing me to share a little tiny part of Delos' story. Goodbye, Delos. We're gonna miss you, and I can't wait to see 2.0.
Hey guys, and congratulations on Delos 2.0, and happy to be able to be part of saying goodbye to Delos 1. I think my favorite memory from Delos would have to be when we all were driving around on mopeds on some island or another, somewhere close to Madagascar, driving around all day, having a lot of fun and driving in a lot of weird places, and then returning with the bikes and kind of realizing that they looked like absolute shit. But we rocked into the rental place and they were just really happy for us that we'd had such a good time, and I think they were quite amazed by how dirty the bikes had gotten, and it wasn't maybe the common ways to have them returned to them. And I just remember it being such a great day and such a great moment. But it's really just one great moment out of so many. And to be honest, I think what I mostly remember about Delos is just the beautiful persons who are on it, and how great you all were with inviting people on board and speaking so lovingly about all the people who contributed to your journey. So that's what I remember most. So best of luck on your new endeavor, and I miss you heaps.
My name's Connor. I sailed on Delos from La Paz, Mexico to Marquesas in French Polynesia. And my favorite memory was the landfall in Fatu Hiva in the Marquesas. It's just an amazing destination. It's a place I've always wanted to go to, and it's a dream trip. We spent 19 and a half days getting there. The last couple days were really spicy. We had strong breeze forward of the beam. The boat was just wet the whole time from spray and wind. And then we arrived at a dawn landfall. The sun was coming up over the island, and we sailed in behind this island. And it was just such a primal reaction to just arriving to land. It was almost uncontrollable giddiness. Just the smell of land and earth after that many days at sea was just incredible. Of course, the people and Marquesas are amazing, but it's just such an incredible landfall, and to experience it with such a cool boat with such amazing people was something I'll never forget.
Hi! Do you know that I actually got a new title on Delos? We were sailing to Antigua, and Karin and Brian suddenly said, "We have something to tell you." Okay. Du ska bli mormor. You're going to be mormor. You're going to be a grandma. Yay! Happiest day of my life. And I'm the happiest mormor in the world. Mormor to Sierra. Wee, wee, wee. Love you guys.
So my most beautiful memory of Delos is actually not a single moment, but it's more like a feeling. A feeling that the ship has changed my experience of time and space. When we were out on the Atlantic, being so far away from land, being disconnected, life actually stripped down to its bare essentials, and it changed my perception completely. Space was no longer something abstract, it was actually something vast, open and wide, and I all of a sudden could experience it, I could feel it, which I have never done before. Even time. We were not on a rhythm, on a land rhythm. Everything was so simple. We were only surrounded by wind, by the water, by waves, by the rhythm of the day, by sunrise and sunset. And this simplicity actually truly helped me to experience time and space in such a unique way I have never experienced before, and I have never experienced ever since. So yeah, this is something I truly carry with me in my heart, and this is something Delos definitely has changed for me. This experience and this feeling of time and space.
Hey guys, I'm Bill from Calico Skies, and I crewed on Delos this year. We went from French Polynesia to Australia, but I also buddy boated with Brian and Kaza and Sierra in 2020 to 2023. We went from the Bahamas up to Maine, and then we went down to Mexico, did the Panama Canal together, and then we went up to the top of the Sea of Cortez. My favorite memories are definitely the circumnavigations. I was lucky to be there for both Brian and Kaza's completion, which is just really cool. That's a special thing. Brian's was super fun. We were just at a resort in Mexico. We took over the pools. We had a lot of margaritas. We had a crazy dance party on Delos. It was super fun. Kaza's was much more subdued, being that she's a little bit sick, but it happened to be the last sail or last ocean passage on Delos 1, and it was really cool to be part of that. I wouldn't want Brian to know this, but I used to watch Delos before I went sailing. He would make fun of me and bust my chops for it, but it was really cool to see the end of that chapter. And yeah, so I was thankful for that experience. And I'm also thankful that Brian and Kaza got me out sailing again after Grace and I split. They helped me heal. And yeah, Delos served as a vessel of healing for me. Got me back out in the ocean and helped me start to get my life turned back around. Thank you so much, Brian and Kaza. You guys have been awesome friends.
Delightful sailing with an amazing, delightful Delos crew. What a delightful honor to be invited to sail with them. Everything delightful. Such an amazing memory. The Delos boat, the sailing, the cooking, snorkeling, and swimming with the turtle, and finally, the falafel making. This adventure began on St. Martin on March 17, 2019. We sailed to Saba Island and the BVI, episode 232. Me and Dave took the traditional photo and I posted it on the Wall of Fame. I got honored to fly the Israeli flag on Delos and then sing the anthem. In Saba Island, we went snorkeling. Kaza was 5 months pregnant with Sierra, and a delightful, curious turtle came to visit us. Making the falafel for the crew from scratch was the highlight of the episode. Blue took notes while I was making the mixture. We had the competition of frying the falafel balls. I won. Then we had the meal on the deck. Again, what an honor. Such a delightful memory. We love you, Delos One.
Hi guys, this is our
23rd take.
23rd take. We have to be quick. Okay, go Max.
Yeah, favorite memory. Fishing with the whole crew on our passage from Chagos to Madagascar. I remember me and Brady was
up early because I had the morning shift, and then he came up and it was just sunrise, and we came to this plateau. I can't remember the name of it, but it went from like 4,000 meters deep to 20 in some places. And we just threw out the lines, and it was just like fish. It was just amazing. Mahis, tuna, also, I can't really remember, but just so much fish. It was such action, and I'd never gotten fish that big, so you had to wrestle them. Amazing. But more than that, the whole journey, I guess.
Okay, 1 minute. So, first thing that came to mind when I was going to share a memory was when I have no idea where we were, because I'm really bad at remembering these things, but it was during a night watch when I just heard this like sound, and I look to my left and I see like all these like dolphins jumping up from the waves, and I'm like, and then they came closer, so they were like sailing with me. So it's like usually you're alone when you're up, but it was just I will never forget that. Like, it was such a magical experience. And there's so many, so it was hard. When we talked about it, it was hard to just choose one, but that was something that popped up. And then like when I cut your hair, maybe. We had the fringe hanging down.
Yeah, one time, never again.
Yeah. Anyways, sending lots of love. We're here in Portugal. It's pretty cold this week. That's why we're sitting like this. But yeah, okay, 2 minutes up. Take care, everyone. Bye.
Thank you guys for all the places I've been able to see and all the people I've been able to meet. Thanks to you and how you are, every journey on Delos has meant encounters with so many beautiful people. My favorite memory, however, is my meeting with you, Karin. During our trip in Malaysia in 2014, it was as if after all those years of us living in different countries, I got to meet my sister again, and I got to know my sister again, now as an adult. It's a truly beautiful memory. I understand that it's sentimental to switch boats, but remember that you guys are Delos, and your journey continues, and it will result in more meetings with more wonderful people. All right. Thanks from Sweden, your brother and brother-in-law always.
What's up, Delos Tribe? Super Ryan here coming at you. I've been asked to share my top experiences on Delos 1.0, and I have to tell you, narrowing it down to top 3 is really tough because I've had a lot of great times on that boat over a lot of years. But coming in at 3rd place has to be the first time I ever worked on Delos, and that was back in 2020 in Annapolis, Maryland. And one of the highlights of that trip was that my daughter was able to come spend the last couple of days with us. Coming in at number 2 has to be the time we went across the Panama Canal. It was an awesome experience, never been across it before, and to go through there on Delos, wow, I'll never forget that. And we got to swim in Lake Gatun that early morning. And now on to top 1. My favorite memory of all time on Delos 1.0 has to be the time we got just destroyed by that 55 knot storm in the Chesapeake Bay. We were sitting in the cockpit, Brian and I. All of a sudden, we got this huge wind gust that bent and broke, I'll say, the downwind pole. And oh man, it was nuts. Adrenaline through the roof. Loved every minute of my time on Delos 1.0, and I've already started doing some work on Delos 2.0. Can't wait to keep up the tradition of going over there, helping those guys out when they need me. Thank you, Delos Tribe, for all you guys have been doing over these years. We are so close to 1 million subscribers. You guys know me, you know I've been pushing this for years. Let's get them to the top. Let's get them up there at 1 million. They deserve it. Thanks so much. Take care.
My name's Jordan. I sailed on Delos in 2018 through the Caribbean and in 2022 from the Panama Canal through to Mexico. And I'm actually recording this video right now in Costa Rica, in a place that I came here for the very first time sailing on Delos, and I fell so deeply in love with it that I actually decided to move here, and I've been living here now for the last few years. So that's already has to be one of my favorite memories on Delos, finding my home. I mean, there's definitely some big ones. Brian and Kaz's wedding was really special. Going through the Panama Canal was so cool. Brian finishing his circumnavigation. I got a tattoo on board. Swimming with sperm whales, surfing off the boat. But okay, I'm gonna pick one, and I'm gonna have to say this one anchorage that we went to in Costa Rica, and we were on these black sand beaches, and we had these mud fights. We were going crazy, running around. We found all these wild mangoes, and we went back to the boat and we made margot margaritas and nachos. I think the next night it was so much bioluminescence in the water, and we were like jumping naked into the water and swimming around. It was so crazy. Lightning storms. I remember leaving the anchorage that night and seeing bioluminescent dolphins swimming through the water. I'm so grateful for Brian and Kaza and Delos and this whole project that, you know, really changed the course of my life. Working with these guys now for the last, I guess, 6 years, making the videos. I'm so proud of you, and goodbye, Delos. We love you, we'll miss you, and can't wait to see what unfolds in this next chapter with Delos too.
Hi, this is Delos Donna. I have a memorable moment on SV Delos, and it was the wedding that took place between Karen and Brian. This was on January 12th, 2019. And I have to tell you, it was the most beautiful wedding. It was officiated by Brady, Captain Brady. Very original ceremony. And the most part that sticks out in my mind of the ceremony was when he was roping their hands together and had a lovely piece spoken to them. But afterwards, we had a beautiful party and just a lot of festivities. And to commemorate the wedding, we got these wonderful sweatshirts with the date of the wedding on the back. And that's my memorable moment.
Hey, Papa Delos here with my memory of the best time on Delos. So many wonderful memories with going up the boat when we went to see Brady, and we went to see all the family at Lake Boca. The time that I got a wonderful tattoo at Jim Aaron's house, and of course the wedding. So many memorable, wonderful times aboard the Delos. But the best of all time, the best, had to be when Brady and I did the commercial.
Bushmonster out there, my crewman. Come on and buy some of our stuff. Buy him a beer. Doesn't he look thirsty? Come on. We got shirts. We got mugs. We got it all. Come aboard.
My favorite. So, wishing you guys a wonderful day. And from Delos and from me and Donna, thank you for my memorable memory.
Okay, this was a really hard one, and I've been sitting here thinking for quite a while now, just like about all the different incredible memories from Delos 1. One that I must say that like really stands out to me was actually arriving into Brazil after sailing across the whole Atlantic with the girl crew. So it was the longest sail that I had ever done. It was just, I just remember feeling such an achievement, and we had actually sailed across the whole Atlantic too. Like it wasn't, we hadn't run the engine anything, and it was just arriving into Brazil was just so special. So that's one that really sticks out to me. Obviously there is so thousands and thousands and thousands of other amazing memories, like, you know, just me and Brian getting married on the bow. Just simple things like having dinners with friends and spending time as a family, having Sierra play in her room while we're cooking dinner, you know, simple things like that. That is the ones that you remember in a way as well, right? So yeah, but I had to pick one, so I picked that one. Okay, that's me.
Oh wow. My favorite memory from Delos? What an incredibly difficult question to answer. I'm gonna have to go way back to the weekend that I met the love of my life in Auckland on Delos, and I invited her to go sailing for the weekend. It was such a pivotal moment in my life, so much going on, and wow, it just changed course and direction for me in so many ways. So that's got to be the one.
These memories aren't even a drop in the bucket of all the ways Delos has brought joy into the world. And I'm not just talking about us or for the other salty sailors lucky enough to have passed through her bunks. We get messages almost daily from people that felt inspired by the videos to choose a different path in life. Or messages from people with illnesses or disabilities telling us that Delos has allowed them to see the world and escape to far-off destinations that wouldn't otherwise be possible. This once-in-a-lifetime boat has been a connective thread and force for positivity, human connection, inspiration, purpose, and presence. And the fact that we got to be her stewards for all these years is an honor that we'll be eternally grateful for. If you had told this love-struck couple 14 years ago everything that lay ahead of them, all the memories, the miles, the friendships, the challenges, they probably would have laughed in your face and asked if you wanted another beer. The story of Delos is almost too big to feel real, but every journey has a moment where you realize it's complete. Not because the love is gone, but because there's nothing more that needs to be added. Delos gave us everything she had, and we gave her everything we could. And now, standing here at the end of this chapter, there was just one thing left to do: to say goodbye.
The day has come. We're saying see you later to Delos. We're gonna wave them goodbye. They're gonna go out the river, and Brian is gonna go with them. He's gonna test the water maker and just make sure the engine runs good and stuff like that. And me and Sierra are just gonna wave goodbye. It's gonna be a little emotional to see her go, to be honest.
Goodbye to us from the dock.
Yeah.
All right, I'm just gonna go help Delos get out of the creek here, and then I'll be back. We didn't bring your life jacket, kiddo.
We will buy a life jacket for you and put it on the boat. So anytime you want to come, you can like pack your mommy up or your daddy and just come visit.
Come and say hi. That would be nice, huh? Bye, Delos. There she goes. Oh, it's a big moment.
I don't want to get my bag.
Sierra and I sat there together on the dock, holding each other tightly and crying until Delos' mast disappeared off into the channel. All the emotions we've been slowly processing over the last months, the grief, the gratitude, both the fear and the excitement that comes from realizing that nothing will ever be the same again. And it hit me all at once. Brian was feeling the same way aboard, and it was hard not to be able to share this moment all together as a family. But just like he's done every day for the last 15 years, Brian was there to make sure that everything was running smoothly on board.
All right, you want to give her some throttle, Christine?
Yeah, you ready?
Yep.
Wow.
All right, nice job, guys. High five. High five. See you guys. Take good care of my girl.
Impeccable care.
All right, that's it.
All right, well.
She's off.
Hey.
Wow, so that's that, huh?
Yeah, you're back. How did it go?
It went good. I mean, my emotions are so mixed. I'm so happy that Stephanie and Christine are now on board. We got her out of the creek. We didn't hit the bottom once, And that's it. Now we're just
How do you
here.
feel? Like, did you feel sad, or was it like this
I think I've
mixed
been sad and processing all these emotions for so long now. It just comes in these big waves. And today I feel happy and grateful that they're the people that are on board Delos now and gonna go sail her somewhere. Maybe later I'll feel sad, maybe tomorrow I'll be retrospective, but now I'm happy and content.
Yeah.
I had a little moment pulling away from the boat. I did my last, GoPro shot of her on the hook, and she looked so pretty and so graceful and so beautiful sitting there. And I know that, now that's where she's supposed to be though. So back to focusing on Delos 2 now.
I love you.
I love you too.
What an end of a chapter, huh?
Oh boy, yes.
It's kind of crazy.
From the bottom of our hearts, thank you for sharing this adventure with us for all these years. Your love and support built this journey, and the Delos tribe will always be a part of her story. When one door closes, another one opens. And we're so excited to take you guys along for it all. It was to see what waits for us on the other side. If you're newer here, we invite you to go back and watch Delos' whole story from the very beginning, because we've got over 500 episodes documenting our entire trip around the world. And meanwhile, we've got new episodes come out every Friday as we continue full steam ahead building Delos 2.0. Subscribe to our channel so you never miss a new episode, and we'll see you back here next week.